Catharsis is ancient Greek meaning purification and is a central concept in Aristotelian theatre. Aristotle saw the purpose of the tragedy in the purification of the spectator from fear and pity through the imitation of acts that arouse such emotions. This purification occurs as the result of a peculiar psychic phenomenon, the empathy of the spectator with the characters assumed by the actors. A drama is considered to be Aristotelian if it induces this empathy. The imitation of human action by the actors is supposed to induce an imitation of the actors by the spectators. While dreaming and watching are associated with passive catharsis, role-playing involves an active catharsis. By participating in the scenic representation of his life world, of interpersonal or intrapsychic conflicts, of fantasies and imaginations, the role-player can make new experiences with strong emotional involvement. The idea is that through the scenic action new energies can be gathered to cope with difficult situations. Creative role play makes it possible to perceive individual life events as social phenomena in relation to other roles, to recognize new interpretative patterns as well as to try out alternative forms of action and to sense whether these are coherent. At the very beginning of the pandemic, Marjolaine was absolutely in shock after seeing Joker. Deeply grounded in her severe trauma, she was severely broken and living with abusive roommates. Because of how many similarities with the character. According to social psychologists, empathy and sympathy are phenomena we experience almost daily in our dealings with others, and they play key roles in the way we respond to fictional characters. She instantly felt like she had to release some emotions, way too much stuck inside for too long, never been able to express anything. No self-esteem. No ability to have boundaries. Same life abuse then in the movie, treatment from society. Every scene she sees herself, she feels deeply so much the emotions. She is not acting, she is just expressing her own emotions. The same as him. She keeps having, as a metaphor, a particular scene that she sees at the strong vibe she wants to have. She is unable to. Too destroyed. She wants to work through her problems. All this, and she didn't even know that she applied already drama therapy techniques. Drama therapy takes a unique approach by using drama and/or theater techniques, including improvisation, role-playing, acting that provide the context for participants to tell their stories to achieve healthy psychological growth and change. At one point, she decides to let her emotions flow. This is her very first video. A video that she has no memory at all. She has no memory filming this. Not a single second. At first, she thought it was a dissociation. Coming from a psychologist friend, what she has was pure catharsis, a purification and purgation of emotions through dramatic art, or it may be any extreme emotional state. Let's watch now a couple of videos from the very beginning when you can see the struggles. Still have struggles because of mental illnesses that are paralyzing. But she am acquiring more emotional intelligence. You will also see fragments of the scene of the movie where he exits the subway. What was the inspiration the whole time? The image of strength. And it clearly seems like it works. Unlike talk therapy, drama therapy engages the clients through all their senses, as well as through the body. This visceral experience is internalized. The feeling and experience stay after role play. Drama therapy is especially helpful for articulating difficult thoughts and feelings, as clients can act out emotions that have been unexpressed. Here are some examples of how drama therapy can be useful. For abuses. Survivors of any of these forms of abuse can be affected throughout their lives by a number of inner demons, various forms of PTSD. The performative narratives, body-based enactments, creative personal rituals, rewriting personal stories, and games afforded by drama therapy can provide a very special place where, over time, the surviving clients can reframe their realities and work towards healing in the most intimate of physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual areas of their lives. Drama therapy has many benefits for people with a range of mental health conditions such as anxiety, depression, psychosis, borderline personality disorder, and bipolar. It can offer a different way of looking at things using a creative platform, rather than only the thinking and discussing method of addressing problems. Not relying on words can help a person who is struggling to express themselves cognitively, or for people who have found the talking therapies difficult to engage with. We may use stories, drama, movement, role play, music, and play in combination or isolation to help meet the goals of an individual. This creative way of working can help people to share their thoughts and emotions. To understand a little bit what I do, I would say that in many scenes, I have experiences something either very similar, or the same thing, but in different circumstances. I mostly go with the flow, and because my emotions are very intense, I listen to how I feel, what needs to be expressed, and I either remake a scene of the movie, or create one based on my situation.
Okay, so just by example, every day for me is really hard, okay, because I come from very far, from a lot of trauma. So I go through like really huge up, really huge down, but mostly it's downs. And it's constant reminders of my past, constant flashbacks, constant unresolved emotions, and I have resolved a lot of things, but it's like really small at a time, you know? It's like there's way too much. So, example. So sometimes I can be having like a lot of emotions are rising into myself, and I feel I'm talking about it. I can feel it. Um, I can feel some things that are part of my inner child that is broken, and I feel lost. I feel misunderstood because I didn't have the proper care from my parents. I feel abandonment. I feel like I fear everyone. Um, I have a dissociation problem that I have daily, and I had a lot of job opportunities, school opportunities that resulted in getting kicked out because of mental illnesses, because of stigma, abuse. I had also a lot of, when I was going to my school, I was getting bullied to the point of getting beaten up. I was getting punched after high school. But all this because I was really vulnerable and I looked like a guy apparently. And I was going home and I wasn't being protected by my parents. I was getting abused. And at that time, at 16, I got forced by my mother to sleep with her friends. And I know that it happened a few times. I just remember in 2000 that she forced me with a knife to go there. She was there when it happened, but I don't remember. I don't remember how it happened. In order to cope with life, it was too hard. I created myself a fake boyfriend. I was ashamed about that for a long time. So in high school, one way that they bully me is okay, I found that picture not long ago, and it's really hard. It's really hard to look at it. So I'm gonna put it, and I'm gonna confront it one day, but not now. In high school, on the public place, there was a projector, and they laughed at me putting my graduation picture there. Before the murder of Frank and Chelsea.
Yeah, next guess for yourself. I'm pretty sure this guy could use a doctor.
Oh, does he have sexual problems?
Oh, he looks like he's got a lot of problems.
All right, Bobby, let's show that clip one last time.
I hated school as a kid.
Think you're funny. Check out this joke.
One laughed at me. Well, no one's laughing now.
You can say that again, pal. Show for you tonight. Chuck Conby is here.
That's what he reminds me of. Mary represents for me all the teachers, all of the people are like, you just complain. All the bosses that kicked me out, my mother, everybody, the system that didn't care. I feel the anger of that scene because of that.
You think men like Thomas Wayne ever think what it's like to be someone like me? To be somebody but themselves? They don't. They think that we'll just sit there and take it like good little boys, that we won't werewolf and go wild.
You finished? I mean, there's so much self-pity, Arthur. You sound like you're making excuses for killing those young men. Not everybody, and I'll tell you this, not everyone is awful.
You're awful.
Me? I'm awful? Oh yeah, how am I awful?
Playing my video. Inviting me on the show. You just wanted to make fun of me. You're just like the rest of them.
You don't know the first thing about me, pal. Look what happened because of what you did, what it led to. There were riots out there. 2 policemen are in critical condition. You're laughing. You're laughing. Someone was killed today because of what you did.
I know.
So, this is one example only of why the movie touches me a lot. And I don't even have to be a Joker and I'll feel the emotion. So when I say that I'm not acting, maybe it's method acting, I don't know. I just really feel like I have the same emotion as him, and same experience. It's just, the emotion comes naturally like it does now. So I don't really have to force myself. still really there.
To make sure I really help myself and my traumas, after remaking a movie scene or creating one, I use a worksheet like you can see here. It is important to know that I do not only work on trauma. I express feelings of strength I never felt before. I do the silly and happy clown, dance, laugh, cry. I talk about it with the character, and metaphorically I gave him what he did not receive in the movie as I give it to myself at the same time. I want to be the voice of the voiceless.
One thing that I was really happy, I won a frame from League that was in the movie, Gary, to me.
The winner has been drawn, and it is Marjolaine Robichaud from Canada. So, yeah, we'll send you an email, get your address, and get this off to you as soon as possible. But yeah.
You were the only one that was ever nice to me. Yeah.
And I told myself, I'm so happy because I talked to League, and I'll never be able to talk to Joaquin. That's the sad thing. I see that Joaquin will be in Montreal in a few months. Yeah, right. August 2021. I spent a lot of time alone relating to Joker on screen. Wanting to comfort him, but also feeling like him so much. Because of all the health issues, the system treating me, blah blah blah. Basically, I just had to make another video because I was getting too emotional and I was very tired inside. And he's with a woman, and then I'm like, oh my god, he's there. And I try not to look because I don't want him to see me. And the girl that he's with, like the assistant, comes, and she asked, like, do you need anything? That I bother them. I know I cannot meet him. Sorry. It's like I'm like, I know I cannot meet him, but I would have loved just a hug. The movie mostly saved my life. I wanted to take not too much time because he's on the set, and she said, okay, well, I'll come back. And she went, and I saw her coming back. And he's looking at me, and I saw, she asked if I want to go. She said, I get up. I freeze, I completely dissociate, and I'm like, this cannot happen. I don't know how I didn't fall on the floor. I had to go to screening in a corner for COVID, and I go outside. I go to the bench. I walk so slowly. Too nervous. I see he's coming. He was waiting for me, but I cannot look. I can't believe it. For me, it's not really happening, and I'm not sure how to explain that. In a way, I have meet a bit Arthur and Joker, the way he talks, the way he is, and I felt a bit like Arthur meeting a kind Murray. I feel like I know you. I've been watching you forever. That sentence that he told me, I don't understand because he said something. I'm like, his assistant told me after that apparently he's not the kind of guy who goes to people like fans and something that doesn't really understand because it's, anyway, he told me, I've seen you in the corner and I wanted to go see you, but you would have been like, who the fuck is he, you know? Then I laughed, but I'm in a corner, I'm invisible, so why would I have you like to go see me? So I think that in a way, as much as I fear bothering people, I think he felt it. Actually, Joaquin, I just really wanted to say thank you. I said, I just want to really thank you that your movie literally saved me. Watching Arthur, the suffering, the same life experience, made me feel less alone. Seeing the same abuse, the way the system treats me. Therapy not accessible. Medication hard to have. Same abuse with the mother. I'm just not adopted. And I didn't kill anybody. And I have a father. He was like, oh poor baby. Wrapped his arm around me the whole time. We talked for around 30 minutes at least. And I told him the impact that it has, how I start cosplaying Arthur and Joker, and that I can make the character evolve at the same time as I do. But he really, really, really was extremely touched by my story. And I was kind of surprised to see him cry this much. And he gave me another hug, kissed me on the forehead, and I just cried in his arm for like 2 minutes at least. Continue the filming, so he said like, hey, we can hang out later if you want, and he prepared me avocado sandwich. So I told him, you know, Joaquin, I'm scared to take too much of your time. I read you dislike media. You need your space. Totally understand if you prefer not, okay? I just really wanted to ask if I could take a picture with you. And, you know, he looked at me and said, come on, stop it, come on, let's go. He was still crying, and I can see it on the picture. And, yeah, basically, he came back another time to talk, to have a big hug, and this is the best day of my entire life.
Sandwich.
What?
Here's a big sandwich.
Oh, thank
It's
you.
the best. That's what I was getting.
Oh, they didn't give it to you?
No.
Oh. Wait. Because I never thought I would see you, so that's why I wrote a letter. Yeah, so I wrote a link because I explained if you want to explain. So I wrote a link to explain the process. But thank you really for taking the time.